Good evening, I'm Madison Carmouche. Hundreds in Pikeville gathered at the Appalachian Wireless Arena to celebrate and raise money for a medical center that has experienced a lot of growth. WYMT's Jack Demler has more from the Pikeville Medical Center Heart Ball.
An annual celebration added a special reason for the CEO of the Pikeville Medical Center.
In the past, it's been the Heart Gala. This year, it's Speak from the Heart Gala.
Hundreds poured into the Appalachian Wireless Arena to celebrate the growth of the Appalachian Valley Autism Center, which Blackburn says has become the largest of its kind and continues to expand in other locations.
Really is to celebrate the staff and the kids and all the things that Pikeville Medical Center and the AVA Center is able to do for our youngest participants, which is what we call our learners, and then also for the hospital in general.
Celebrating the kids
is that the reason we do this is for the kids. You know, autism, a lot of people look at it as a disability. It's not a disability, it's a different ability. And being able to allow a child to live its best and fullest life by making investments in the child through ABA is really what matters. That's why we're here tonight.
And the lasting impact on the lives and the economy of a community.
But you also look at what it means economically for this region, for families to be able to stay local, not have to travel, not taking money out of their pocket to seek assistance. It speaks volumes of what the mission was and what the intent was. But it's also an economic driver.
A celebration from the heart for the continued growth of a meaningful medical center. In Pikeville, Jack Demler, WYMT Mountain News.
Blackburn says while he did not have a goal for how much money he hopes to raise, the goal is to grow the AVA Center as much as they can. Domestic violence shelters across the Commonwealth took part in the annual Shop and Share event. Turning Point Domestic Violence Services were tabled at Food City in Pikeville and Prestonsburg collecting donations. Assistant Director Elizabeth Fitch says all of the donations collected go directly to the organization to use at its facility.
But this is the one time that we come out to the community to get donations, and everything that we receive goes directly from this, like it will come from this store and go directly to the local shelter. So anything that we receive donated to the organization helps relieve our budget because we are a nonprofit and we do rely on community support and grant funding.
Fitch says days like these allow for them to make connections in the community they serve. For more information on how you can donate, you can find this story on our website. Children can often be overlooked victims of the drug epidemic, with some kids losing one or both parents to drug addiction. Jessica Umbro spoke with one man who says his family-style living arrangement would serve as an alternative to the foster care system for kids whose families have changed due to addiction.
At full capacity, we see possibly 50 children living here on this ranch.
Stillwater's Youth Branch of Appalachia's Executive Director Stephen Smith says his work as a prosecutor led him to take a closer look at the foster care system.
And as a prosecutor, I had seen a lot of children that were basically left in the hands of grandparents, extended family, neighbors, and acquaintances. And in that situation, through COVID, we saw failing health. What do they do when the health does fail? Or, you know, another situation develops where they can't care for them.
He says his new facility in Gray would serve children impacted by the drug epidemic in Kentucky, who may be placed in secondary care.
This is the type of situation we want to come and assist by giving an alternative to foster care.
He says the organization relies on donations to be funded, both monetary and tangible.
Center College was taking down some dormitories in Danville, Kentucky, and they donated all these beautiful beds out of their dorm that they were tearing down.
Smith says it will be a program where kids can come and go dependent on their situation, with the hope being that the animal-filled ranch will be a stable place for them to call home.
You know, if they go back to try to work things out at home and they have a custodian parent that comes back into the picture, then that's fine. If they need to come back here, they've always got a home.
In Knox County, Jessica Umbro, WKYT.
Smith says he has been in talks with people in other counties in southeastern Kentucky who say they are interested in creating similar programs in their counties. We'll be right back after this break.